Welcome to another video, guys. Today I'm gonna be giving you an updated Fabian build guide so you guys can be getting the most out of this PvP god. I know a lot of you probably actually chose him from your fusion tokens, so if you have yourself a Fabian right now, congrats, definitely got yourself an absolutely top tier PvP meta defining champion. In this video I'm gonna show you what kind of builds you could be using him in, what kind of masteries, relics, blessings and all of that nonsense you could be giving him in order to actually do best with him. So I hope you find the guide helpful, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be appreciated, and don't forget to check me out live on stream each Tuesday and Thursday where I give you guys free account takeovers. If you want to support the channel for free, you can do so by downloading Raid from my premium download link and start Raid the right way. But now, let's check out the guide. Alrighty then, here's the champion himself, a Lord Entertainer Fabian, and this guy really has been absolutely crazy for the time he has been in the game. Literally, ever since he got introduced, he has been a first pick, first ban type shit in a live arena almost always, and I am also one of those people that literally almost always picks Fabian first or bans Fabian when he's facing it, just because this guy is so damn strong. The reason why this guy is so strong is because of his A3, which attacks all enemies, but before attacking he has a books to 100% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns. This will grant an extra turn if there are no buffs on the enemy team before the attack, and this also has a books to 100% chance of increasing the cooldown of all enemy skills by 3 freaking turns, guys. This is like absolutely insane. It books out to a 4-turn cooldown, and it really is a force to be reckoned with. His passive is also another very important thing. This guy basically is CC proof, like he removes any stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, fear, true fear and petrification debuffs on this champion before the start of their turn. And also, that's not all of it, but whenever an enemy is revived, it places a true fear debuff on that enemy for 2 turns, so that is absolutely insane. Let's just check out his A1 and A2 as well, which are also no joke. On the A1 you have a 2-hitter that actually steals 10% of the target's turn meter by 10%, and also it could place true fear debuff for 2 turns if the target's turn meter is fully depleted, which is gonna happen not very often because it's gonna be a little bit too hard for that to be getting pulled off, but definitely not bad. And also on the A2, attacks one enemy and places a petrification debuff for 1 turn. Books to 100 has a chance of placing true fear debuff for 2 turns on all other enemies who are not under a fear or true fear debuff. Also, this skill gets activated whenever an enemy under a fear or true fear debuff successfully uses a skill. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will activate. This skill will not activate on duplicate copies of the champion if the particular champion is dead. But yeah, all around very insane stuff. And let's not forget, he even brings all battles increase speed by 19%, which definitely is strong. Let's move down to the build, and basically what you want on this guy would be tons of speed and tons of accuracy. Anything else is not going to be important. It would be nice if you give him something like a 4-piece stone skin or a 4-piece mercurial perhaps. 4-piece pinpoint is also not gonna be the worst, but for the most part stone skin would be best. And the other set you could be bringing here would be a 4-piece of supersonic, because this guy is gonna fill his turn meter by 2% per each buff on enemies after the game starts. So if the speed lead for the opponent takes a turn and buffs everybody with increased speed, block buffs or any other nonsense, this guy is gonna be getting 2% per each buff, so basically 16% turn meter fill, or even 24% if it's a triple buff skill, something like Duchess or something, could be pretty strong that way. So what are we going to be looking for? Speed on the boots, of course, and everything else is going to be important to have speed as a substat as much as you can. For the chest, having a lot of accuracy would be important, so accuracy chest with a ton of speed would be the dream. The glove literally could even be a flat defense glove, as you can see. As long as it has a ton of speed, it's going to be your glove. Again, having accuracy would be nice on the substats, and same can be said for the rest of it. Speed and accuracy still name of the game. For the weapons, same can be said here. Triple speeder with a little bit of accuracy, and again triple speed with accuracy. Why wouldn't we? As for the bottom row, if you want to have 4 pieces of the sets, you are gonna have to either have a couple of good stone skin accessories or a couple of good supersonic accessories. Definitely worth farming both both Hydra and Curse City, so go ahead and do that. The ring doesn't have to be anything special, it cannot have speed or accuracy, so just getting yourself a bunch of HP or defense as a main substat with defense or HP percent at the bottom would be great. Same can be said for the amulet, but here it would be nice if it has a bunch of accuracy, and again, on the banner, you want yourself a ton of accuracy as main stat and a ton of speed as a substat, and that's exactly what we have over here. If you're earlier into the game, you could just build him into something like a 6-piece perception. That would be fairly easy to do. It is going to give you a lot of speed, a lot of accuracy, should be easy. If your clan is doing well on things like Siege, you might just build him in a 4-piece feral type stuff. Could be just from the accessories or something. Definitely not the worst, getting yourself 5 extra speed. Block debuffs is actually not very important for you, so maybe just 3-piece feral would be good if you're having troubles getting the accuracy across, but it is an okay set to be using. You could just build him in a bunch of speed pieces with a lot of accuracy on him. It really doesn't need to be complicated, but yeah, usually best would be 4-piece stone skin, 4-piece supersonic. Another set you could be building him in would be a 9-piece mercurial, but for that to happen, you are gonna have to have yourself a decent banner, main stat accuracy with a bunch of speed, and so far for me that is simply not the case, sadly, so I cannot really go for that route. But if you do have yourself some good accessories for mercurial, again, you could just build him in 9-piece mercurial like that. Look for tons of speed, tons of accuracy, and you should be golden. When it comes down to the relic, you could be going for something like Wand of Submission. There is still decent amounts of polymorphs and stuff in the game, and polymorph is one of the few ways of actually controlling this guy, because as you guys saw, he is gonna be uncontrollable with any other traditional form of CC, so polymorphing him would be a good idea, but that is why it's gonna be a good idea to be reflecting that. This way it's basically gonna be a 50-50 if he's gonna get polymorphed or not, so I would still be going for Wand of Submission. The extra speed you're getting out of it also ain't no joke, but if you don't have legendary relics just yet, you might also go for something pretty cheap and also pretty effective in this economy, which would be the Molten Death Bell. This thing is actually pretty good because it does give you a ton of accuracy, and also when applying, the only thing we care about here would be True Fear, whereas turn meter increases by 10%, and you are going to be applying that thing. When you level this thing a few, that is literally going to be like 16% turn meter boostage just by using your A3, and you're also going to be placing fears with the A1 and the A2, so all around pretty amazing. Petrification is also in here, so you are going to be turn meter boosting a lot with this guy. So again, to recap, Wand of Submission probably best, but if you don't have that, Molten Death Bell would be a close second. As for your blessing, polymorph still would make a lot of sense, but you could be going in all sorts of different ways. Like you could be choosing things like Intimidating Presence would not be the worst idea in the world. Temporal Chains is also something I'm actually considering for me, because it is going to be decreasing each enemy's speed for each active buff they are under, so not only are you getting yourself turn meter boost when they buff, but you're also going to be decreasing their speed when they buff as well, so that can be huge. So yeah, Temporal Chains might actually be the best you could be going for, but polymorph again close second. Intimidating Presence also could be good if you have a good soul on the champion and you have nothing better to give it to, might also be worth it. As for Masteries, here's what I have him in. You are gonna want to get yourself increased stats, basically from Lore of Steel. The extra accuracy from here is also pretty nice. Yeah, basically this type of stuff. It's not exactly very complicated, but yeah, get yourself accuracy, speed, that kind of stuff. When it comes down to PvE, you're not really gonna use Fabian all that much. He's actually pretty decent controlling waves, because with the A3 you are gonna increase the cooldown for them, and that is gonna make the fight a lot easier for you. So yeah, for the most part, you don't really care about offensive stuff on Fabian. He's just a very good control champion for waves. And that's really about it. I don't know, am I missing anything? We could show Fabian in action a little, but I don't know, I find it kind of pointless doing this right now. I guess I can still just do a fight or two. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's not start it on auto and see what happens. Right now, this is a very good situation where we actually have a Duchess against us, which does bring a lot of buffs, but we're just simply going to be faster than them, I think. Definitely looks like it, so Fabian is not going to shine all that much. Wow, what the hell, man? Why is Fabian so slow? Or more importantly, why the hell is my Marius faster than Fabian? What the hell happened there even? But yeah, here's what's going to happen. We use the A3. This guy doesn't have buffs already, so we do get an extra turn. We get to petrify him, and it's just game over. Pretty simple stuff. And there you have it, easy fight. But that was weird, like, my Marius is fast, but not that fast. Yeah, right now my Fabian is not the fastest out of the lot, let's not pretend. 350-ish speed is far from ideal in today's economy. But as you guys saw, I actually have quite the stacked items for the most part. Some pretty decent glyph rolls for the most of them. And still somehow not that fast. Closer to 400 speed would be amazing, but retaining a high enough accuracy while retaining that high speed, as well as building him in good sets, definitely not the easiest thing in the world. But still, I have no idea why the hell my Marius actually took a turn. He's at 320 speed, so that was kind of weird. Let's try and see another fight where maybe he can shine. This one, for instance. And the cool thing about Fabian's A3 is it also goes through Mercurial, so that can be pretty powerful. Oh, I know why my Marius was faster than Fabian. It's because we have 40% increased speed on Void champions instead of all champions, so that's why this is happening. I guess I should replace the aura with Arbiter aura instead, and there we have it. Now everybody's gonna be using their basic bitch skills, except for mythicals, of course. They can still transform into the other form, which could be a problem, but Odin had us covered there, so Odin kinda MVP, not gonna lie. And there we have it, that was easy. But yeah, let's showcase the order in which this should be happening. This looks like a decent team, and let's replace 30% for every ally. This way, Fabian is gonna be coming through before Marius does the nukage. Well, that's a pretty basic team against us, so it's not exactly gonna be very hard for us. But again, they don't have any buffs after the strip from Odin, and now we get to just do whatever the hell we want with their bodies. There's the fear. Petrification didn't land on Lady Noelle, but it doesn't matter. Everybody still gets down on the ground. And like I said, he is actually pretty decent on things like Faction Wars. Like on Faction Wars hard, I actually do use him in my main team. He does turn meter reduce on the last boss. He also makes the waves super easy with the cooldown increase for their skills and the petrification and the fear. So he is actually a solid champion you could be using even on things like harder stages of Doom Tower, you know? Like if you're having a hard time controlling waves, you can definitely be benefiting big time with Fabian's wave control, but you get it. It's not exactly very complicated. Of course, you're not going to be using him on any of the clan bosses. He's not going to be bringing anything to the table over there. He could be bringing true fear for you, question mark. No, he can't bring shit on Chimera, so there is that. But all around, he is an absolutely amazing champion, which you don't need me to tell you that. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this guide, guys. I hope this helps you figure out how you want to be building your Fabian, and do let me know in the comments what kind of speed you managed to get on your Fabian with what kind of sets. Do let me know also what other champion guides you want from me, and I might actually bring them to you a lot sooner if I see plenty of people want them. Hope you found the video helpful, and if you did, a like and subscribe would be appreciated. And if you want to support the channel for free, you can do so by downloading Raid from my premium download link and starting the game the right way. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.